Hello folks again, this is Louis, Mr. Web Designer, broadcasting live from Mission Hills, California. And this is actually my, I believe my third video. As you recalled on the prior one, I did touch up on how long it takes to build a website. How long would that be? And I believe I gave some pretty good information out there for all of those people, especially business owners or beginners that have asked me and that actually wonder how long is the process in order to complete a full, completely functional website. So today, on this next video, today I wanted to touch up on informational websites and also e-commerce websites. Informational versus e-commerce websites. What are the pros and the cons and why? So let me start out by pointing out two important things. One of them is it is most likely that beginning business owners or an individual that's wanting to put their ideas or start up an online business to go with an informational website. Why? There's actually a couple of reasons why. One of them being the most important is that an informational website, it's actually the best way to go about it because you're barely starting out and you really don't want to invest too much on something that you still don't know how it's going to give you some results. You don't want to invest on something that you're barely getting into. So an informational website, what I mean by informational, it's basically marketing yourself. As an example, it's actually like my website. It has a lot of information that I'm giving out to people. But I also, I also develop e-commerce websites, in which e-commerce websites are a lot more pricey. For instance, we a few years ago, maybe around 2 years ago, I actually made an informational website. One of my first websites was an informational website. It's called positivetelevision.org, and basically what that website was, it wasn't selling anything. It was just providing information for non-profit organizations. Their purpose of their website was basically to let people know what they were doing. And in this case, positivetelevision.org, they were barely starting out. It was a non-profit organization of a friend of mine that I met. And so their website wasn't selling anything, therefore didn't need any like advanced high-tech development. It did have some videos that they were showing on there, but aside from that, it was not. It was actually very static. There was not a lot of interactivity going on in their site. So today I wanted to touch up on those two topics: informational versus interactive. A lot of informational websites are out there. Some of them are after I surf the net a lot and I look at businesses, a lot of their sites just provide information. There is not a user to a user interactivity going on there. It's just giving out some. It could be some beneficial information, and it could be some not just awkward stuff that people like to put on there. That's not gonna help for anything. But there's still informational websites, and so versus interactive pages, going or starting out with an informational site, it's always going to be a lot less pricey, a lot cheaper and it's always going to be the best way to begin. You know, I spoke to a guy not too long ago, and he was telling me that it's actually for he's a contractor, and it's actually his page was developed, and it's just an informational site. And even though it was an informational site, he told me that he didn't actually pay anything to have it done, but it wasn't giving him the results that he wanted to. So he told me, you know what? Do you think you can take a look at it? And I've been taking a look at it, and from what I saw, it's actually very static. There isn't. It looks okay, but there's some things that can be added to it to make it a little bit fancier, to make it a little bit more attractive. And it's I think after looking at his website, which is it's called Four Winds Contractors.com. Number four, winscontractors.com. After looking at it, I saw why it was most likely that he wasn't getting the results that he wanted to. So that's if you look at it, it's a very staticky, just blunt page. Images are okay, colors are not the best, but it's very staticky. And compared to positive-television.org site, that's a little bit more. Now it's a little bit more interactive, but it's still an informational site. And the prices for informational sites can vary. I'm not gonna talk about prices now. Maybe on the next video. But that's just an idea to give you an idea. Now, comparing to interactive sites or e-commerce sites, last year we had a client. I had a client. We were working with the client, and they started as an informational site. So what I did, I developed a basic layout, a little bit of interactive pop-ups for the images, and they really liked it. It was working out for them. Uh, it wasn't so pricey, but eventually they did tell us that they wanted their site to be more interactive. So therefore, we spoke with our clients, and they said that they wanted something like an e-commerce. So we went that route. In the end, actually, we ended up making their site an e-commerce site. And now that as an e-commerce site, it's more user interaction going on there. And when I mean user interaction, is that now on their site, people are able not only just to view their products, it's for a dress company actually, but they're also able to look at the products in three different ways: front views, side view, back view, and look at the product before they actually purchase it. Which there's a lot of websites out there that are like that, but at times maybe it's not working for them because maybe the owner of the site was not really educated on how to use it. So informational versus interactive, it's always the best to start from the bottom. It's always the best to go with an informational site, something that's written, well put together, and also just to give an idea to the people, to the consumers or owners that are looking to start, to know what you really want to say on your site for your business, because that's going to help you out a lot. Also, not just as a staticky site, but also when your site is submitted to the search engines like Yahoo, Google, or MSN, it does help out a lot. And most of the time, they also load faster. So that's a pro, another positive thing about informational sites. They're not going to have a lot of interactivity, but they will give a lot of good information if you know what you're going to say. So I wanted to just put this new video clip today and to share this information with you guys. If you have any questions, ideas, you can email me at info at Misterwebdesigner.com. Again, and my name is Louis, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm not gonna tell you soon because I probably will be busy, but I will get back to you. And again, on my previous video, I did say that if there's anybody out there that wants to share or become part of my team, you can also, if you are okay with it, you can drop me a message there too. Info at misterwebdesigner.com, and maybe we could work together or help me out on some projects, vice versa. I would love to see some of the skills that are out there. That's I'm always learning about web design stuff. So thanks again, and I hope you like this video, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Thanks. See you on the next video.